Namaste to all students. Myself Jevin Dr. Khushbu Verma from Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we will discuss about storage and structural polysaccharide. So first of all, you have to know about the polysaccharide. So polysaccharide is a class of carbohydrate, and it is made up by several monosaccharides which are linked together with the help of O-glycosidic bond. If we talk about their structural similarities, so polysaccharides are subdivided into two groups. First is homopolysaccharide and second is heteropolysaccharide. But here we are discussing about storage and structural polysaccharides. This kind of a differentiation or classification is basically based on their importance and their role in living cell. So polysaccharides which can be used as an energy source, so it will first of all will go for the storage, so that's why they are known as storage polysaccharides. And which polysaccharides are involved in the making of cell membrane structures and other structural organizations or orientations, so they are known as structural polysaccharides. Polysaccharides or carbohydrates basically are optically active, and they will have polyhydroxy aldehyde or ketones group. They can have both. And carbohydrates have many uses in our daily life. Like most of our daily food contain carbohydrates like starch. Here you can simply see the structure of disaccharide. Here I am showing lactose structure. They are bind with the O-glycosidic bond. These are monosaccharide units. One is galactose and second one is glucose, and they are binding with the O-glycosidic bond. This is the O-glycosidic bond. On the structure basis, carbohydrates can be divided monosaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharides. So polysaccharides are subdivided again like homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides, as I told you in our previous slides. And if we talk about the polysaccharides, means polymeric carbohydrate molecules are natural condensation polymer composed of long chain of polysaccharides. If we talk about the characteristics, so molecular weight will be approximately 2 lakh, and they are white and amorphous products, means glassy. They are not sweet in nature or taste, not reducing, do not give the typical aldose or ketose reactions, form colloidal solutions. Here you can see glucan polysaccharide chain. This is polysaccharide structure. Mainly polysaccharides are two types. Homopolysaccharides means these polymers composed of a single type of monosaccharide. These carbohydrates are basically three types like glucosan, like you will have starch and glycogen. Second is fructosan, means inulin, and galactosan means agar. If we talk about the heterosaccharide, polysaccharides means the disaccharide usually contain an acid sugar like D-glucuronic acid or its C5 epimer ioduronic acid, and an amino sugar means the amino sugar may be sulfated on non-acylated nitrogen N, means hyaluronic acid. We can also classify polysaccharides by their work and their role, like storage polysaccharides. So in the storage polysaccharide, first major example is starch. Formula is C6H10O5N, and most common storage polysaccharide which is present in plants and composed of 10 to 30% amylose and 70 to 90% amylopectin depending on the source. What is amylose? So amylose is a linear polymer of alpha D glucose linked together by alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage. It is soluble in water, reacts with iodine to give a blue color. Molecular weight of amylose in between will be 50,000 to 2 lakh. Second structure is amylopectin. It is highly branched polymer and insoluble in water, reacts with iodine to give a reddish violet color. And branches are composed of 25 to 30 glucose units linked by alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage in the chain and by alpha 1,6 glycosidic linkage at the branch point. So simply you can say when starch is making, so first of all amylose, which is linear polymer, it will create it. Then in between amylose, several aminos there will, when if they are branching created, so this calculative or this combined structure is known as amylopectin. Here you can see structure. This is linear structure. These are glucose units which are monosaccharide. They are bind with each other or glycosidic linkage. Here you can see complete chain. This is linear chain which is bind with the alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond, and these are glucose unit. This linear structure is known as amylose. If branching is creating in between two amylose units, and branching will be created at one glucose unit of amylose and second amylose glucose unit in between one carbon, and this is 6 carbon, and this is alpha 1,6 branching glycosidic bond. So this combined structure is known as amylopectin. Suspension of amylose in water adopt a helical conformation. Iodine can insert in the middle of the amylose helix to give a blue color. That is the actually concept or principle. That's why amylose give the blue color in the iodine test. What is the significance of starch? So starch can be hydrolyzed into simpler carbohydrates by acid and various enzymes, and or a combination of the two. The resulting fragments are known as dextrin. The extent of conversion is typically quantified by the dextrose equivalent, and which is roughly the fraction of glycosidic bonds in the starch that have been broken. Next example of storage, which is glycogen. It is similar structure to the starch, but it is present only in animal cell, and they are also known as animal starch and stored in muscles and liver, present in a cell as granules, and contain both alpha 1,4 linkage and alpha 1,6 branching at every 8 to 12 glucose unit. Means you can simply say glycogen have more branching. In the starch, it was branching was created after 25 to 30 glucose units, but here branching will be created in the interval of 8 to 12 glucose units. Complete hydrolysis yield gives the glucose, and with iodine it gives a red violet color. Hydrolyzed by the both alpha and beta amylases and by the glycogen phosphorylases. What is the significance? In the liver, glycogen synthesis and degradation are regulated to maintain blood glucose level are required to meet the need of organism as a whole, and glycogen serve as a buffer to maintain blood glucose level. In contrast, in muscles, these processes are regulated to meet the energy need of the muscle itself. The concentration of glycogen is higher in liver than in muscle, means 10% will be in liver, and for the muscle it will be approximate 2% by weight. But more glycogen is stored in skeletal muscle overall because of its much greater mass. This is the structure of glycogen. Here simply you can see amylose structure will be presented and branching will be created in between amylose unit, and the combined structure is known as amylopectin. Next one is the inulin. It is beta 1,2 linked fructofuronases and linear, no branching will be present, lower molecular weight than starch, color yellow with iodine experiment, and hydrolysis yield fructose. Sucrose sources included onion, garlic, and used as a diagnostic agent for the evaluation of glomerular Filtration rate. What is the significance of inulin? Usually clinically as a highly accurate measure of glomerular filtration rate, which is GFR, and used as a soluble dietary fiber, used as appetite suppressant, and used as a low glycemic index sweetener, also used as a fat or cream substitute. Now we will discuss about the structural polysaccharides. So first of all, the major example is cellulose, which formula is C6H10O5N, and it is a polymer of beta D glucose linked by the beta 1,4 linkage. Yield glucose upon complete hydrolysis. Partial hydrolysis yield the cellulobiose. Most abundant of the all carbohydrates, gives no color with the iodine, and cellulose is tasteless, odorless, and insoluble in water and most organic solvents. What is the significance of cellulose? So microcrystalline cellulose basically used as a binder, disintegrated in tablets. Methyl cellulose means suspending agent and bulk laxative. Oxidized cellulose, which is hemostat. Sodium carboxy methyl cellulose, which is laxative. Cellulose acetate, which is rayon, and phosphographic film and plastics. Cellulose acetate phosphorylated is making basically enter coating, and nitrocellulose is explosives and collodion. This is the structure of cellulose. Next one is the chitin. Chitin is the second most abundant carbohydrate polymer of N-acetyl glucosamine, present in the cell wall of fungi and in the exoskeleton of the insects or spider. Chitin is used commercially in the coating, basically extend the shelf life for fruits and meats. Here you can see the structure. This is N-acetyl glucosamine unit, single unit, and these units are bind with each other beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. Next one is the pectin. So pectin is a family of complex polysaccharide that contains 1,4 linked alpha D galacto cyanuronic acid residues, and they are present in the most primary cell walls and in the non-woody parts of terrestrial plants. What is the significance? So main use as gelling agents, means used in jam and jellies, depending on the degree of the methylation. High methyloxin pectin gel through hydrogen bonding and in the presence of sugar and acid. Low methyloxin pectin gel in the presence of calcium ions. They are basically thickeners, water binders, and stabilizers. Next example is acidic polysaccharides, and acidic polysaccharides are polysaccharides that contain carboxyl groups, phosphate groups, and or sulfuric ester groups. Example, hyaluronic acid, and its occurrence basically in synovial fluid. ECM of loose connective tissues serves as a lubricant and shock absorber. Hyaluronic acid does not contain any sulfate and is not found covalently attached to the protein. It forms non-covalently linked complex with proteoglycans in the ECM, and hyaluronic acid polymers are very large and can displace a large volume of water. This is the structure. Next one is the dermatan sulfate, and its occurrence in basically skin, blood vessels, and heart valves. And chondroitin sulfate, its occurrence is in cartilage, tendons, and ligaments, heart valves, and aorta. It is most abundant basically GAG. Next one is the bacterial polysaccharide. So pathogenic bacteria commonly produce a thick mucus-like layer of polysaccharide. This capsule cloaks antigenic proteins on the bacterial surface that would otherwise provoke an immune response and thereby lead to the destruction of the bacteria. Capsular polysaccharides are water soluble, commonly acidic, and have molecular weight on the order of 100 to 2000 kilodalton. Next example is dextran. So basically it's products of the reaction of glucose and the enzyme transglucosidase from the gluconostalk. It contains alpha-1,4, alpha-1,6 and alpha-1,3 linkage. Molecular weight will be range in between 40,000, 70,000 and 75,000. Used as a plasma expanders and also used as a molecular sieves to separate proteins and other large molecules. Basically used in gel filtration chromatography. Next example is xanthan. Source are products of bacteria Xanthomonas campestris, and its structure is basically cellulose-like backbone, beta 1,4 polyglucose with trisaccharide branches on alternate monomers on the backbone carrying carboxylic acid residues. What is the significance of xanthone? So basically it has double helical conformation. It's a pseudoplastic shear thinning it have. It can be used as a thickener, stabilizer, emulsifier, forming agent and form synergistic gels with galactomannan, and it's water soluble, viscous, non-gelling. Viscosity is only high, only slightly temperature dependent. This is the structure of xanthone gum. Now come to the summary. So homopolysaccharides are polymer of similar monomer monosaccharides linked together by glycosidic linkage. Structurally, they may be glucosan, fructosan, and galactosan. Functionally, they may be storage, structural, acidic, or bacterial polysaccharides. Heteropolysaccharides are polymer of repeating disaccharide units with enormous diversity. They are component of ECM, joints, cartilage, tendons, cornea, and sclera. Heparin is an anticoagulant. So this is the sum up of this session, and this session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.